What's going on, guys? This is your boy Mac the Trader, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm essentially going to be breaking down all of my trades this week on NASDAQ, right? As you guys can see, right? So US 100. Now it's currently where I'm at, right? It's currently 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, October 23rd, right? So it is Sunday. We will be live trading Sunday during London session, okay, and I may go live on YouTube with that live trading as well. All right, so definitely stay tuned. So I always start on the M15 time frame. That's usually the time frame that I start on when I am looking for a day trade of such. We can just start on Monday and essentially, well, let's start on Friday and work our way through. So Friday, I wanted to see a trade here within this area. If we go to the M5 time frame, you guys are going to see that, oops, there we go, that we did not get a trade here, but we did on the S&P, however, right? We were looking for price to come back to this area right here. We didn't necessarily get that, but we did on the S&P. It was a pretty solid trade, if I do say so myself. All right, so let's go back to the M15 and let's talk about Sunday. All right, so this was Friday. This was Sunday here, okay, leading into Monday, which was here. Now, Monday I did not trade at all. Usually Monday's New York session, I usually don't take a trade, but London session I may at times. So I was actually looking for possible sells since we had run all of this buy side liquidity here and here, right? However, price continued to go bullish, seeking more buy side liquidity. So I did not get a trade on Monday at all. Now on Tuesday we had a pretty nice opportunity here, all right? We see that we have a run on buy side liquidity here, right? If we go to the M5, I believe the M5 was the time frame that this was marked up. Perfect. No, it was the M2, excuse me, guys. So let's go to the M2. So what I'm doing is I trade US 500, right? I pay attention to the SPX. However, usually the S&P or SPX and the NASDAQ, usually they correlate, right? So what we're doing is we're looking at, if you were to apply my trading strategy to the NASDAQ, right, what types of moves you would get. So we actually did get a move here on the S&P as well as the NASDAQ, right? We can see here that we have a swing low break, right, imbalance along with our higher time frame confluences, stop right above this region here, right, overall producing about 907 pips. All right, so not bad at all. Around 2.14% return on investment. Now, why is this one of my favorite strategies? Simply because you get a trade almost every single day when you're trading like this, and you also have a very, very high win rate. And then you can also leave runners, right? That's another thing. So as you guys can see, target for this would have been here, right? However, you could have left a runner to reach lower pricing. All right, it's completely up to you. So here, okay, so that was during the AM session of New York on Tuesday. All right, so the PM session on Tuesday, we can see that we have this swing high here, okay, a nice rejection, and then price runs higher, right? So just looking at how price is reacting in this area, I believe the M1 and the M2 time frame gave the exact same entry on the S&P, right? However, we're just going to go down to the M2 time frame here on the NASDAQ. All right, so it should be right here. Perfect. All right, so right here within this area, right after we sweep that buy side liquidity, lower time frame gave us a market structure shift here. All right, a change in market structure, the momentum, and then we have a little bit of imbalance here that price trades back into, stops right above the swing high. You could have used this swing high as well, right, and you would have been completely fine. However, on the S&P, I just covered the entire high. Now, if you guys would like to see some of the S&P moves that I take, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Because lately I've been tweeting out pretty much all of my moves, or at least most of them, for you guys to be able to study and check out. All right, now this trade here, we're not necessarily going to go over. This was a higher time frame trade, right? It wasn't necessarily broken down on lower time frame, so we're not going to go over that. So that was the PM session on Tuesday. So now let's get into Wednesday. Let's talk about the AM session. So the AM session on Wednesday, October 19th, we swept major buy side liquidity right here as well as here. Right, if we go down to the lower time frame, I believe it was the M2. right? So if we go to the lower time frame, we can see that once we swept that buy side liquidity, we had a market structure shift here on our micro time frame, along with imbalance. Price trades right back into that imbalance, and then we're looking for our first targets to be internal range liquidity, right? So after targeting internal range liquidity, either here, which would have been perfect, okay, or here, right? Then you could have targeted external range liquidity, which would be resting here based on your M15 time frame. So let's go back to the M15. All right, which would be this low here, which is perfect, right? So I'm just going to leave this at the first target. However, let's go back to the M2 time frame. There we go. All right. All right, so next trade, let's go back to the M15. So that was the AM session. All right, now let's talk about the PM session on Wednesday. So PM session on Wednesday was here, okay? We had a sweep of M15 sell side liquidity here. All right, so let's go back to, was the M5? I believe it was the M2 still on this one. All right, let's scroll back. Perfect. All right, so once again, another M2 entry, right? So we can see here, after price runs, sell side liquidity during the PM session, okay, break of this swing high, imbalance, price trades back to that imbalance, and then we run, hitting first internal range liquidity here, and also here, all right? Not bad whatsoever. This trade was pretty good. All right, next, let's go to Thursday AM session. All right. Oh, also, before we continue moving forward, so those of you guys who want to trade live with me during New York session, AM or PM indices, that is, all right, then you guys will be able to see me take these positions live within the market. I simply just follow my trading plan every single morning, and these are the types of results that I call out on live on Twitter, as well as those of you all who are already students. These are the exact results that you guys are able to take advantage of as well. Right, so stay tuned for that. Super excited. I'll definitely make an announcement and a video on YouTube. So on Thursday, we can see that we have this nice push to the upside. So price just rallies. We do sweep buy side liquidity here. No reaction on lower time frame, continues to rallies. And then we tag a London high, which is here. This is not the high of London, okay, but this is just a high that formed during London session on Wednesday, previous day. Right, and then if we go down to the M2 time frame, was it the M2 or the M3? All right, so it was the M, or maybe it was the M5. Okay, perfect. So on the M5 time frame, after we sweep that buy side liquidity, we see that we have a swing low break here. All right, we have one here as well, so we really could have used this. All right, but we do have this swing low break here. Great displacement, price returns back to this imbalance. Very, very slight imbalance. Usually on the NASDAQ, the imbalances will be a lot smaller than the imbalances on, let's say, the S&P. All right, but it still works all the same. So entry was taken, stop right above the swing high, and target first internal range liquidity here. Right, and then here as well for your external range. All right, so perfect. All right, so let's go to the last trade that took place on Friday. All right, so that was on Thursday. And then let's talk about Friday. So Friday we had a somewhat of a higher time frame trade. Okay, so Friday was really based on the higher time frame in regards to the H4. All right, but we'll also break it down to the H1 as well. All right, so I'll do this really quickly for you guys. So on the H4 here, we can see that we swept sell side liquidity here. We had a transition from sellers to buyers, right? And we continue to break structure to the upside. We see that we have this nice displacement here, right? All of this has already been mitigated or balanced out with price, okay? However, we do have imbalanced pricing here, right? If we extend that out, perfect. Right, we're going to break that down to lower time frame in just a second, guys. All right, and now if we use our fibs as well, we can see that, okay, this is definitely within discount, so this is absolutely perfect for us to look for possible buy opportunities, right? So let's go ahead and delete this fib, and let's get rid of this as well. There we go, and let's go to the H1 time frame. So if we go to the H1 time frame, we can see right here within this area, right, we have somewhat of an imbalance, okay? Price decided to come into this imbalance. Here, give us a reaction, and then move to the upside. Now, what I was looking for specifically during this session, let's go back down to the M15 so you guys can see this. Perfect. So on the M15 time frame, right, we see that price forms this swing low here. We run on the swing low, and then we run to the upside. Right now, I didn't catch the original entry, which was here. Okay, price never came back. I was looking for price to come back here. However, we continue to see bullish structure. Right, so what I like to do is I like to just take continuations, which is something that you guys will see me take if you decide to join in on the live trading for the index market. Right, so here we can see we have a swing high. Let's go to the M3 time frame. Perfect. So here we can see we have a swing high. The swing high is taken out. Nice bullish structure. We have an imbalance here. Price returns back into that imbalance, stop right above the swing low, and the rest is history. Our target, let's go back to the M15. All right, was simply just liquidity here. Perfect, right? We didn't really have much internal range liquidity, all right, outside of this area here, so this was the ideal target. All right, absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to contact me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to edit it down so it's not too long. If you aren't a part of the YouTube family, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you a part, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.